Hey there, Virgo. Here's your weekly horoscope for March 28th to April 3rd. Well, last week might have been a little rough for some of your sign because we had a Mercury in Pisces squaring Mars and Gemini situation that may have negatively affected you. So there could have been some bad news, irritability, arguments, conflicts, perhaps all kinds of problems last week. But that's last week. This week, it's a bit better, aside from a full moon I'll discuss in a moment. First of all, the good news. With Mercury in Pisces opposite your sign, this week it's conjunct Neptune in Pisces opposite your sign. The positive side of that I like for Virgo is it makes you get a lot more creative and inspirational. You rely a bit more on feelings and faith, which is not always bad for you. Normally, you're just a very analytical person with a very critical mind. You're very logical. But intuition and gut feelings, there's some validity to that as well. Not always are we able to convince your sign of that because you are so full of facts and figures and details and things like that. But in general this week, there's a lot of feeling stuff going on. And, well, like I said, Virgo, kind of like Aquarius, you don't always want to deal with feelings. You want to deal with logic and facts and such. But, when you think about it, when you have closed your eyes, relaxed a bit, and listened to your heart or your gut feelings, that's just as good as logic and practicality sometimes. So the Mercury-Neptune conjunction, and Neptune is semi-sextiling Jupiter as well, this package is sort of giving you a different view of things, and I hope that it gives you a positive different view of things, and that you feel more inspired and more creative this week with that aspect. Additionally, too, we have Pluto in Capricorn, and except for on Monday, Pluto in Capricorn may be positive for you in helping you seek out or establish new boundaries. Some people may be looking for a new home or find a new home with this kind of an aspect. I say that because of the moon ending the week in Capricorn and a full moon in Libra on Monday this week, which will hit the Cancer-Capricorn axis, which for you may bring about aspects about your home. Could be you're renovating if you're not moving, or it could be you're doing a spring purge or spring cleaning. Most Virgos love to clean and organize. So for that kind of stuff, it's a good week. The only difficulty I see, and this is hitting all signs really, the full moon in Libra on Monday, not only is it an opposition to the sun, that's what makes it a full moon, but Pluto in Capricorn is hitting that package a little bit negatively on Monday. Thankfully, there's other things going on, but focusing just on that Pluto in Capricorn hitting the full moon. On Monday, for a lot of people, very deep, dark issues may come to the surface and need to be discussed. You're a great problem solver, and although I know you're fearful of trouble and problems, and in fact, you're a little over-fearful sometimes, you tend to go overboard with worry and concern, this is the kind of aspect that may bring up those kinds of thoughts and feelings within you, especially with the full moon in Libra being in a house of money. You may have disagreements with your spouse about money or your boss, or disagreements with yourself, or you just may realize, oh my gosh, I don't have enough money as I thought I did, or work hours or some money disappears. But there is potential for that to improve later on. So try not to freak out over one day. It is only 1 out of 7 days after all when this kind of energy may be around you. Having said that, there's a few good things going on as well. The Sun-Venus conjunction in Aries all week, for most people, will have them want to open their arms wide and hug and embrace the people they love in their life. Even Virgo likes to be hugged from time to time. You may not show your emotions and feelings easily, but you certainly have them. And in fact, you can be a very, very devoted partner, friend, and family member because you do often put other people before yourself. So some of what comes up this week is perhaps to get you to understand that proper balance is give and take. So boundary issues sometimes come up with these kinds of aspects. If people cross the boundaries or you cross them, well, they have to be renegotiated and compromise might be necessary. But I really like the Sun sextiling Saturn and Mars from Monday on. I love the Sun-Venus conjunction in Aries. I like Jupiter trining the moon and Mars trining the moon on full moon day. So although for some people there may be too much in the way of emotional issues on Monday, for others or for the same people, it brings resolutions and conflicts, perhaps to an end, or at least to take a truce. So there is actually a lot more positive aspects this week that can help your sign even resolve ongoing issues you may have had with other people, or even just within yourself. Because very often Virgo is hardest on themselves. Like, man, will you let up sometimes? You just really go after yourself with criticism, self-criticism. You're not good enough, you're not this enough, you're not that enough. And most of the time, it's not true. You just have a difficult view of yourself at times because of your innate insecurities. So yes, some of these things may come up this week for you, but what I like to see is the fact that there is a lot more going on that may even help you get around some of these things or resolve them. So one of the things I like to see, although the Sun-Venus conjunction in Aries may bring up some money problems or some financial difficulties, especially in joint finances this week, it may actually also be a good thing if you are looking to borrow money, a loan, a mortgage, or other financial investments. Well, let's put it this way. Maybe you've lost money in one area, but you might be gaining in another area. So it's not all bad news is my point. And I'm suggesting, Virgo, you need to get things into proper perspective. You need to find a way to feel more balanced in your life. And if that takes having to have discussions and negotiations and compromising with people for relationships to be more balanced, keep in mind that those same conversations can be held in work or with your financial advisors and things like that to bring about better balance in those areas that may be troubling you at this time too. So good luck, Virgo. I hope you have a much better week ahead this week. Good luck.